Today we are going to be writing expressions with fractional exponents, so exponents that you've seen from yesterday, as fractions, as radicals. So that's actually what they are. A fractional exponent is actually a radical. Okay. Hold on. There we go. So when we do this, this is all we're doing. We're just simply changing fractional exponents to radicals today. So this is all you have to kind of concentrate on. So all you have to remember is that if it's on the bottom, it's called the index of the radical. And if it's on the top, it's going to the what's inside the radical. So it's the exponent on what's inside the radical. So we can write that in a couple different ways, and I'll show you. So in other words, the top one goes inside the radical, and the bottom one goes outside the radical. So outside, this is what's called an index. So the way that these things work is we have an index that's here. Now we're mostly used to square roots, so we don't normally see an index there. But right here, we can have different numbers, so 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And then on the inside, this inside here, this is called the radicand. Hopefully you don't hear me say that too much because my my accent makes it sound really weird, but this is it. Oop. Alrighty. So all we're doing is rewriting. We are not evaluating these in any way. We are simply just rewriting these. So 3 is the base. Okay, whatever is the base is what goes inside the radical. Okay, then on top one goes inside, bottom one goes outside. Now, square root is the one that we're used to. The one with the 2 is the one we see all the time. So if there's a 2 there, it's not needed. Just like the 1 is not needed. Sorry. So we don't really need it. So the square root of 3 is the same thing as if we put a 2 there and a 1 there, or we don't. Okay, so a 2 on the bottom, don't have to really write. Interesting. So 6 is the base, so that goes on the inside. 5 goes inside, and that goes outside, but remember I can write this as 6 to the 5th. Okay? Okay. Now, what is the base here? So there are no parentheses, and there's more than one thing sitting here. So when there is no parentheses, only thing it's connected to is what it's next to. So the only thing that goes inside the radical is the n. Okay, the 8 stays outside, and it doesn't get raised to the 3 over 4 power. So the 3 goes inside, the 4 goes outside, and that's it. Now, interestingly enough, sometimes you see it written like this. Okay, these two things are the exact same thing. Sometimes they put parentheses and put it outside like that, but it's still raising to the 3rd power, that thing. Okay, so 2r, that is in parentheses here. That means the entire 2r gets written inside the radical. The 3 goes outside, the 2 goes inside. So again, we could have written it like this. That mean the same thing. Okay, a few more here. So 5x squared is in parentheses, so that goes on the inside. And then to the 1st power. So you don't really have to write to the 1st power. It looks fine just the way it is. So 15 is not in the parentheses with the n, so the 15 stays on the outside. And then I do the radical, the n's on the inside. The 2, the square root, is here, but remember I do not need the square root, so I can actually not have it. Okay, last 2. Oh my God. Honestly, though, I know I need to do this at home, but I couldn't. Anyway, all right, so 7's not in parentheses, so it goes on the outside of the radical. Then x to the 5th is on the inside, and you can put the square root there or not. The -5 is on the outside. K is on the inside. That's the only thing being raised to the 5/3 power. 5 goes on the inside, 3 on the outside. It is just a grand central station in here today. Anyway, so now that you have done this, and hopefully you know how to do it, please give it a try yourself, and have a great day.